Alright, hello everyone. Merry Christmas, and I hope you had a very good time under the tree with all your family. Hope you had plenty of good stuff to eat. Hope you enjoyed your time. And I just hope that your day was good in general. Now, let's ruin that day with a bit of YouTube community bullshit. So, a couple minutes ago, I was sitting in the bathroom taking a shit with my phone, scrolling through YouTube like any man does. Then I come across a post. It's one of those posts like that you'll see, like, hey, you'll see this post because you're part of this YouTuber's community. And it was a Godzilla post. It was then versus now. Then was from 1954 to 2014, like all the Godzillas. Then now is from King of the Monsters to where we are now. I see tons, and I mean tons, probably the majority, say then wins. Did I miss something? With all the Godzilla movies that happened freaking 70 years ago? The movies and series that we have gotten for now, like our current age, like Godzilla, the name finally fits. Let's see. From the fact, obviously I haven't watched all the Godzilla movies from 1954 to now, because that's, I want to say 36 movies. Like, Jesus Christ. Let's see. So the most I've seen Godzilla survive from then, it was something on Death Battle I saw. Like, the most I know that is confirmed is he's been hit by a meteor and apparently sucked into a black hole. That, don't get me wrong, badass feat, suitable for the name Godzilla. But here's the thing. Yes, defense, fucking crazy, I will say. All their atomic breaths, again, I haven't seen all of the then movies. The then includes Showa, Heisei, and the start of the Monsterverse, like the very start of the Monsterverse. The only ones I've seen was the 2014 remake, and probably the worst of them all, the 1991 Godzilla. And I know the 1991 Godzilla is basically just a dinosaur, like the size of a building. But, like, the one thing I do know about Godzilla atomic breaths is that they pierce. They go through, like, skylines and all that type of shit. And yes, while I am sure they are adorable, they face several opponents, especially Heisei. I know Heisei has gone through a lot. The main stick out being Destroya. But all of them, I just don't think they go up that high. Now, let's talk about now. The one I know by far, like, it's not even close to best. King of the Monsters Godzilla. I don't really think he fought Radan, or Radon, however you say it. I think it's Radon. But, like, his body is a volcano, and, well, if Mothra can fight Radon, I'm pretty sure Godzilla can. There's King Ghidorah. Godzilla beat King Ghidorah, and by the way, being dropped from the sky and catching on fire in the process. Yeah, that's factoring in normal Godzilla and just thermonuclear form, which was just like a giant shockwave. And for those of you who don't read the Godzilla comics, he can do that pulse outside of that thermonuclear form. It's just, it has a shorter range, and it's obviously not as strong. Now, we're gonna stray away from the Monsterverse really quick. Let's talk about Godzilla Singular Point. By far the most controversial Godzilla out there. So, Godzilla Singular Point is a short anime series about, like, Like there's a weird smoke coming towards something in Japan. Then there's like these little mini Radons flying in and destroying all this shit. And this show actually has Jet Jaguar. And after like God knows how many episodes, we finally see like a creature that can evolve, kind of like Shin Godzilla. Like it evolves after a couple episodes, and we see the big boy himself, Godzilla Singular Point. And it's been a while since I watched Singular Point, but if I'm correct, he's probably beaten by Jet Jaguar. Oh, excuse me. By some BS stuff for plot. But like here's the thing. Nobody really talks about Singular Point because there's a bit of lore behind him. The Singular Point you see in the show, it's, I guess, kind of like a minion sent to like conquer Earth. It's said that Godzilla Singular Point's true form is the size of a universe. And he can endlessly send these minions just over and over and over and over and over. Like, that should be enough to just say now wins. Then let's go on to the Godzilla anime trilogy. There were 2 Godzillas. There was the smaller one that was probably about the size of a skyscraper. That one... Shit, I don't remember how that one died. But yeah, that one was just smaller anyway. Then there's Godzilla Earth. The main big bad who's been in control of Earth for like 60 million years after humanity was forced to evacuate. Not only did he become the literal king of the monsters and king of the Earth nonetheless, but he killed... I don't really know how high he scales because we don't get to know a lot about him. But for those who have watched the anime trilogy, you know about Void Ghidorah. And Godzilla Earth beat Void Ghidorah, all with some help. But still, like, if I remember correctly, like, don't take my word on this, I'm pretty sure Void Ghidorah is main thing is fucking up dimensions and shit. I don't know. Again, Godzilla Earth beat Void Ghidorah. Let's move back in. Alright, now let's move back into the Monsterverse. We got GVK first. Godzilla beats... Godzilla beat King Kong in a mainly physical match. Godzilla sure does have some range with the atomic breath, but then again... excuse me again, sorry, Jesus. Then again, Godzilla, he's range, and I'm sure the other Godzillas from then, have a lot of range, but, a lot of the breaths I've seen from them, they're a lot thinner, though. So I'd imagine they don't have as much oomph behind them. And, not only did he beat... oh my god, sorry. He beat Kong, but he beat Mechagodzilla, again, with some help. And, let's see. Yeah, Mechagodzilla was stronger, obviously, than Godzilla. It's called Mecha for a reason. Let's see. By the way, I'm not doing this in any specific order, like when the movies came out, or this, blah, 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 blah. I'm just trying to list off these Godzilla's feats. Now, one that I think is another forgotten one. Godzilla -1 came out last year, maybe 2 years ago. So Godzilla -1 was another evolving type creature, except it only had one stage. One stage that we saw, at least. So when we first see it, it kind of just looks like a dinosaur. But after, I think it was Operation Crossroads or something, in Bikini Atoll, whenever the US dropped a nuclear bomb, it evolved it, and it looked like a Godzilla that we know. it is big, lumbering, and pretty slow. But two things. One, it has regeneration factor. But all Godzillas we know have regen factors. But this one's like almost instantaneous. And let's see. It's got one of, if not the strongest atomic breaths we know. It does take time to charge it though. Like you'll see Godzilla's dorsal plates light up, like protrude out, then slam back into his back. And while the beam itself doesn't look like much, the explosion looks like you just let off an atomic bomb. And the thing is, the movie actually kind of proves my point because there's like a black rain after the bomb. I don't remember what it's called. All I know is it isn't good for you. So yeah, Godzilla -1. He's not the biggest, but he's got a regen factor that's really good and the strongest atomic breath we know. Destruction wise, at least. I don't know anything about heat. Now let's go on to Shin Godzilla. Another, I'd say, pretty controversial one. And we're gonna stick with stage 4, the one that we saw in the movie, that they call Kamakura-san or something like that. Again, a very slow lumbering in movement, but very, very powerful atomic breath and insane healing factor. And the only way that you can kill it, and I'm pretty sure the same is like with -1, you have to destroy everything. Like, no decapitations, no, like, just, boom, there's a hole in your chest, now you're dead. No, you gotta get rid of everything. And there are some theories as to what Shin Godzilla's next form would look like. Like, say if one of the Godzillas from, like, Showa or Heisei were to decapitate Shin Godzilla, we could have 2 Shin Godzillas. Kind of look like Starfish. Like they explained in Shin Godzilla that his regeneration kind of was like Starfish. You cut off a limb, you could get 2 of them. Like you'd have 2 Shin Godzillas now, along with the others from King of the Monsters to now. And again, there's a possible 5th form and onward if they don't know how to kill him right. Now let's go into GXK, the New Empire. What? Well, actually, yeah. Godzilla beat Tiamat. It kind of looks like an eel that has, for any of you who have played Subnautica, it's like an eel with I think it's called a mesmer. It has like the mesmer's fins on the side of its head. Well, anyways, yeah, Godzilla beat Tiamat before he was supercharged. And then after the supercharging, he technically beat Kong, who had that, like, robot arm, like, thing over his hand. Let's see. Well, no, it was more like Kong beat Scar King, yeah. Well, anyways, after Kong beat Scar King, he commanded Shimo. So again, so if you think about that, while I am sure that people just want, Godzilla versus Godzillas, if we think of it in a bigger spectacle, Monster vs. Godzilla could call the other monsters to help. Again, that's just a bigger spectacle. But if we're keeping Godzillas versus Godzillas, again, I'd still think now wins because Godzilla's supercharged. Imagine that nuclear pulse if it happened again. Let's see. Oh yeah, in GXK, Godzilla again beat up a shit ton of great apes, which the great apes are Kong. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's I know there's another like Godzilla, called like Snow Godzilla from an anime movie. I've never watched that, so I have no say in that. Jeez. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, actually, I think that's all. Well, and again, like all the then movies from Showa to the very start of the MonsterVerse, like I just don't think it's close. And the big carries being Earth, Singular Point, and Shin. Like again, you could have two Shin Godzillas. A Godzilla again, probably. Oh, excuse me. If we're only taking in Godzilla Earth and not the smaller one, like you've already got two giants and Shin minus one who could just launch a nuclear bomb at Godzilla, which I imagine wouldn't do much because obviously he feeds on radiation. But I'd imagine the Showa and Onward are kind of different, I'd guess. But anyways, yeah, that's enough venting for tonight. Hope you guys had a nice Christmas. I wouldn't have done this on Twitter because I know that would end up as a hellhole. Anyways, yeah, hope you had a nice Christmas and have a happy New Year. Peace.